All right, if you're a developer working with AI, you know the deal. Building one smart agent, that's getting easier. But getting a whole team of them to actually work together, now that's the big challenge. So today, we're going to cut through all the noise around multi-agent frameworks. My goal here is to give you a super clear, practical guide so you can pick the right tool for your next project. Let's jump in. So here's our game plan. First, we're going to talk about the core problem itself, what we call AI orchestration. Then we'll meet the four big frameworks you really need to have on your radar. After that, and this is the key part, we're going to simplify things by splitting them into two buckets, stuff for prototyping and stuff for production. And we'll wrap it all up with a simple cheat sheet to help you make your final call. Okay, so first things first, before we even think about frameworks or code, let's get on the same page about the problem we're all trying to solve. Because it all boils down to this one big idea: orchestration. This question is really the heart of everything. You might have one agent that's amazing at writing code, and another that's a genius at analyzing data. Awesome. But how do you get them to team up, to actually collaborate on building one single, complex application? That's the puzzle, right? How do you turn a bunch of individual specialists into a team that actually gets stuff done? And that's exactly where orchestration comes into play. The best analogy? It's like being the conductor of an orchestra. Each AI agent is a world-class musician who knows their instrument inside and out. But without a conductor, without that orchestration, it's just noise. Orchestration is the sheet music, the logic that tells each agent when to play, what to do, and how their part fits into the bigger symphony. So the big takeaway here is this: orchestration is the magic glue. It's what transforms a box of disconnected, specialized tools into a single powerful machine that can solve real end-to-end problems. It's the difference between having parts and having a finished product. Okay, so we've got a handle on the problem. Now let's talk about the solutions. We're going to zero in on four of the most important frameworks that developers are turning to right now to solve this whole orchestration puzzle. And here they are, the big four: LangGraph, AutoGen, CrewAI, and the OpenAI Agents SDK. You've probably heard these names thrown around. Each one tackles the problem a little differently, and our job here is to figure out which one of these is the right fit for what you're trying to build. Now, to really make sense of all this, we're going to do something simple but incredibly useful. We're going to split these four frameworks into two main camps. And this one idea, thinking in terms of prototyping versus production, is honestly the fastest way to figure out where you should even start looking. So this is it. This is the first and, I'd say, most critical question you have to ask yourself. Are you just trying to build a quick and dirty prototype to see if an idea has legs? Or are you architecting a serious, production-level system that needs to be robust, scalable, and reliable? Just answering this one question is going to cut your options in half, right off the bat. So if your answer was prototyping, then these two are for you. On one side, you've got CrewAI. It is built for speed, plain and simple. It gives you these really nice, high-level ideas like crews and tasks, so you can get a multi-agent system up and running fast. The catch? You're giving up some of the fine-grained control. Then you have the OpenAI SDK. If you're already all in on the OpenAI ecosystem, this is a no-brainer. It makes calling tools super easy and secure, but you are tying yourself pretty tightly to their API. But what if you're building for production? Well, then the game changes. Your priorities become control, reliability, and scale. That's where LangGraph shines. It's from the LangChain folks, and its whole philosophy is about giving you explicit, graph-based control. You can see and debug every single step, which is absolutely crucial for production. The trade-off is you'll have to write more of that planning logic yourself. Then there's AutoGen from Microsoft Research. This thing is a beast for complex conversational systems where agents need to talk back and forth. It's incredibly powerful for sophisticated tasks, but honestly, it can be total overkill for a simple job. All right, we've covered a lot of ground. We've defined the orchestration challenge, we've met the main contenders, and we've split them up by use case. So now let's put it all together into a final, simple guide to help you make your choice. Think of this as your cheat sheet. It really boils everything down. Just look at that best four column. Need to prototype something this week? Start with CrewAI. Building a serious, robust system where you need to track every step? LangGraph is almost certainly your answer. Use this as your starting point. Find the description that matches your project, and then just be sure you're okay with the trade-off that comes with it. But hang on, there's one last really important thing to remember. These frameworks, they're options, not requirements. As the source material points out, a lot of very smart teams are actually skipping frameworks altogether and building their own orchestration logic right on top of the raw model APIs. It gives you the absolute maximum control and flexibility, so it's a totally valid and powerful path to consider. And that leaves us with this final, massive question for the future. As these AI agents get more and more capable, which path is going to win out? Are we all going to be using these high-level, easy-to-use frameworks, or will the real breakthroughs come from the teams that get their hands dirty and build directly against the APIs for maximum power? Honestly, the answer to that is going to shape how we all build with AI for years to come.